Welcome to Business Legal Lifecycle TV, the live TV show all about the legal aspects of your business to help educate you on complex legal terms in an easy to understand manner, to help understand why you need to do certain things in your business from a legal point of view, and to help you develop a plan for the future. Our mission at Business Legal Lifecycle is to help empower all small to medium-sized businesses around the world to get access to legal advice so that they can help build their communities and make the world a better place. Did you know that any business owner is on average 7 months away from losing everything? That is the average time it takes from a successful business to fold when an aspect of their business is not set up correctly. Have you ever wanted to get legal advice but didn't understand what was going on? Do you feel like there is a divide between lawyers and their clients? Then this TV show is for you. It is all about empowering you and your business with the knowledge and tools to ensure that this doesn't happen to you. Business Legal Lifecycle TV delivers a twice-weekly show focusing on the legal aspects of your business. At lunchtime on Mondays, we present Fast Fix Monday, a quick 5 to 10 minute show that will give you some actionable steps to consider for the week for your business. And at lunchtime on Wednesdays, we present our in-depth show of between 30 minutes and an hour, where we go through complicated legal aspects of your business in a simple to understand, plain English manner. And whether that is through educational pieces or interviews with experts in their fields. Hi everyone, and welcome to Business Legal Lifecycle TV. Today is Fast Fix Monday, and as part of our theme of Phase 6 of the Business Legal Lifecycle, maximising your business and bringing in partners, we're going to talk about the top 5 things that you should be thinking about when you bring in a joint venture partner. For anyone who doesn't know, my name is Jeremy Stretton, one of the founders of the Business Legal Lifecycle, and with me today is Craig Mason, the other founder.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today.
And as I said, today we're going to talk about the 5 top things to think about when you're bringing in joint venture partners. Craig, do you want to kick off with the first one?
Yeah, absolutely. So as Jeremy said, top 5 things you want to look at. The first one, this one's a common sense one, but you'll be surprised, is integrity. So obviously that's a quality that most people will look for in anyone that they're doing business or on a personal level with. But it's a very important element to be in existence when you're talking about a joint venture partner. So obviously trust and experience is going to come over time, but integrity is something that you really need straight away. So you might think, they might come late to a meeting or not prepared, and those sort of small things don't matter, but that's a sort of reflection on how the thing might go further, and there might be a bigger meeting that needs to take place that they're not prepared for or late for. So when you're talking about integrity, you want to make sure that person's got it. You might want to organise a meeting just to see if they turn up on time and whether or not they're prepared to sort of work out their integrity. So number 1 of the top 5 things was integrity. Jeremy, number 2.
Number 2 is contribution. Now, when you go into a joint venture with someone, you're going to contribute something and they're going to contribute something. So you need to have a think about what each person's going to contribute, what that means as far as the interest in the venture, whether that's an unincorporated joint venture or a company or some other business. You need to think about the contributions so that you know what people are doing and what your expectations are of them and what their expectations are of you. I couldn't give you 1,000 different stories of clients that we've dealt with over the years who've got into a dispute with their joint venture partner, whether that's, it could also be just a partner in general. And 99 times out of 100, it has always been because there's a misunderstanding at the beginning as to who's going to do what. So make sure that you think about what the contribution each side's going to make, what your expectations are of them in the business that you're going into. Craig, number 3.
Yeah, number 3 is about an exit strategy. So as Jeremy said, in terms of when you're entering into a relationship, everyone having clear goals and what they're contributing, et cetera, et cetera. On the reverse of that as well, if there's going to you don't want someone
desperate. Understand the financial circumstances of the people that you're going into the joint venture with. If you're going to a joint venture or a partnership even with someone who is desperate for money, that's going to be a disaster. Anyone who's operated any sort of business will know that it costs money and it takes time to turn a profit. So do not enter into a business where someone is desperate for money, desperate to be paid, because that will end up in disaster. So and the other reason why that's important is if you've got money and the other side doesn't have money, and extra money needs to be contributed to the joint venture for any reason, guess who's stumping up the cash to keep the business going? That's you. So you need to make sure that you've got the right person, and they've also got the right money, and they're in the right financial position, and they're not desperate to make a quick win, because let's face it, that very rarely happens in business unless you're extremely, extremely lucky. Craig, number 5.
Number 5 is being realistic. So obviously, transparency and good communication skills is the key to any sort of personal or business or investing relationship. So again, it's worth sitting down with a respective partner and having a transparent conversation about, what could go wrong in this deal, what's the worst case scenario if something was to happen. So everyone, sort of talks about that, and there's no nasty surprises for someone that didn't realise, I didn't know that could happen. I wouldn't have done it if this could happen. So you want to sit down, be realistic. Not all deals are going to be, great. Some things unfortunately, don't go as well as you want them to. But if you know what the worst case scenario is, you can be realistic, you can be transparent, you can talk to the partner about that. And then up front that everyone's on the same page and there's not going to be any nasty surprises. So that's number 5, being realistic. So Jeremy, that's the 5 things that we think are a good idea to think about and talk to your joint venture partners about. So we've got integrity, contribution, exit strategy, desperation, and being realistic. So Jeremy, anything you wanted to add before we close off for this Monday?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that I think probably the common thread that goes through all those things is communication. You've got to communicate with each other. If you're not communicating, that's when the problems happen. So if you're going into business with someone, make sure that 1, you're willing to communicate with them. 2, they're willing to communicate with you, and that you actually set aside some time to do that. Because all these things that we talk about are all about communication. And make sure that you've set out the expectations, because people not doing that right are the people who fail in business. So look, anyway, that's enough from us today. Thank you for joining us for this Fast Fix Monday. We'll be back on Wednesday with our longer form show. Craig, did you want to add anything before we go?
No, I don't think so. We'll see you all on Wednesday. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.